everyone, welcome back to another video. We are continuing where we left off with the main scenario quest line. We're back in the Crystal Tower, about to accept the next quest called Asleep Disturbed. With Fora Brow, the Crystal Exarch deliberates your next move. Let's see what he has to say. You did well to dispel the falsehoods surrounding the Warriors of Light and their actions prior to the Flood. Though I must say the reappearance of Ardbert, or rather one who appropriated his identity, was a rather curious development. He is an imposter, of that there is no doubt, but to the masses he will appear as a hero returned from the grave. After the Warriors of Light were laid to rest in Yulemoor, the people prayed fervently for the gods to deliver them from their plight. Prayed that these fallen heroes be born again for their sacrifices. What bitter irony. I, for one, would like to know why Ardbert urged the people to become Warriors of Light themselves. Ere we take action, we must needs ascertain his intent. Let us pray that Master Alphinaud returneth soon with that most essential knowledge. For now, I think it best to apprise Thancred and Reen of our efforts. When we do confront Ardbert, we shall no doubt have need of their strength. Agreed. I think it prudent that we all take measures to prepare for what's to come. Betlug and I will continue our research into how we might improve the spirit vessel, that it might one day carry you home. Then I think it time I return to the Greatwood. Until now, everything we have learned about the Scions have been handed to us at their leisure. But that was one of Emixel's unique failings. I have no reason to think Elidibus will be as forthcoming. Fortunately, I recently received word from Fanau that heretofore unexplored chambers have been discovered deep within the Cortana Revolt. Alamit believes that the relics within tell of a great calamity that befell an ancient civilization, that of the Scions, perhaps. This may lead us to the truth we seek. Would you care for company? I wouldn't dream of going without you. When you are ready, make for Fanau. Almit and her sisters will be expecting us. Then let us be about our task. Pray give my regards to the Viis. So we're just going to say goodbye to the Exarch and Beklo real quick. Though I would like to join you in untangling the Scions' machinations, I think it best I stay here and devote my energies to finding a way to deliver the Scions back onto the source. I will help the Exarch in any way I can, but the key to solving our problems lies with him and the Allegan Eye. Good to know. Alright, let's head out. Head straight to Fanau? You know, apparently we're supposed to be spending a lot of time here in the Greatwood, thanks to this patch, because not only do we have the main scenario at least partly taking place here, we also have the new Beast Tribe quest, which is going to be kind of home-based here in the Greatwood, so that's going to be interesting to see. The allies of Ronka! My, it feels as if an age has passed since you last graced us with your presence. You look as if you hadn't seen us in an age. Is the passage of time really all that different for you Humes? Welcome, allies of Ronka. We have accomplished much since last you came. With the Light Warden dead and its minions dispersed, we have at last reclaimed our hunting grounds near Ratika Falls. It was there that we discovered more ruins. Although we ran afoul of no traps while exploring its holes, we determined that the innermost chambers were warded by magic. We were in agreement. Before any investigation could proceed, you should be summoned. We are grateful that you did. From what you have told me, I strongly suspect that the wisdom of my comrades and I seek can be found within. This wisdom could prove invaluable, for we may soon face a foe whose greatest asset is our ignorance. I see. Then it is good that you have come, for Ronco was once home to the greatest of weapons, knowledge and understanding. And it is our duty to ensure you and yours do not want for either. That said, we must proceed with caution. To have reached the inner chambers unmolested suggests a more formidable deterrent yet lies within. Come now, surely any threats sleeping within the ruins pale in comparison to those we have faced thus far. This is not a game, sister. You should not be so eager to run headlong into danger. Oh, and who was it who was pining for the return of our allies that we might venture into the ruins, clutching her staff at night, wishing it were? You promised not to tell! Then I suggest we be going. Get back here! Remind me, exactly how old are you and your sisters? On second thought, perhaps it's for the better I do not know. Pray forgive their overzealous nature. None save we three have been privileged to escort you and yours into the ruins and bear witness to its secrets. Their hearts now burn with a curiosity that is not easily sated. Please, you needn't apologize. As a seeker of knowledge myself, I understand full well their enthusiasm. And if not for your sedulous efforts to protect the ruins, we would not be afforded this opportunity. Speaking of which, I believe I've kept you away from the ruins long enough. Come, let us make for the Quatana revel. So we're heading out again. And how much do you all want to bet that something bad is going to be guarding over that place? I can just picture something going on. Ooh, wait, is this going to be like an instant duty where we'll be able to explore the ruins, kind of like we did the first time? Oh, I hope so. That was really fun to do. Oh, yes it is! Yes, I see it from here! Even Emmett Selk was taken aback to find a mule illustrating the final days in these ruins. What other surprises do you suppose yet lie within? Ready when you are. I feel oddly ill-equipped to venture inside, but with you here, I'm sure things will work out. It is most strange for these holes to be left unguarded. Have care when breaking the seal in the chamber door. Danger surely awaits us on the other side. Okay, set aside sufficient time. Ooh, so we're going to be getting a long cutscene after this.
Come. Our new discoveries are to be found this way.
The people of Ronca are known to have venerated animals, but these features do not match those of any indigenous species. This is no common beast. Though that much is plain from its proportions.
Lifelike, is it not? One could almost imagine it breathed.
This owl, by contrast, seems no different from the others we've seen.
The sealed door lies ahead. As you see, one statue is missing. I expect we are meant to replace it as before.
Too simple. There will be some additional defense mechanism. Just a moment. There are words carved into the stone. He who would disturb a hero's deserved slumber shall instead waken the beast and know his folly. Wait! Don't!
What? But I only... What is happening? Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, it lives!
Why am I not surprised? Prepare yourselves.
Okay, be honest. Who saw something bad coming that way? I gotta admit, I did not expect something like that per se. But as soon as I saw that statue, I was like, oh no, that thing's gonna come to life, isn't it? It looks way too freaky to be anything else. And this thing now took our friends and turned them all into playing cards. Yeah, that's completely normal.
You trespass, mortal, upon sacred ground. In retribution, 4 souls have I bound. Yet to heroes proven, learned and wise, a comrade's soul shall be their prize. If you would see they're set free, answer me these riddles 3. Death of paw, with kin do I vie, though sought apart, betterment of the whole do our effort describe. What am I?
Oh, okay, I see where this is going. So we have to try to figure out which of these statues he's talking about. So he says Death of Paw, so it can't be the Kolobi. So it's either those two. So the Korol aren't exactly known for getting along with their own kin, so I'm going to say it's the Opal Opal.
Indeed, the Opal Opal is keen and shrewd, the spirit of ingenuity by whose guidance the Ronkans did prosperity pursue. The riddle's answer you did discern, and thus to you a soul returns. With fearsome fang I travel with pack, together we find harmony, and thus for peace our land does not lack. What am I?
Okay, a pack? I think that's pretty obvious. I think it's going to be the wolf statue. Snakes and owls aren't exactly known for being in packs.
Indeed, 'twas the spirit of the wolf their doctrines praise, that they would know peace and harmony to the end of their days. The riddle's answer you did discern, and thus to you was soul returns.
Okay, this is fun! I like this!
On my belly do I crawl, but my strength does prosperity reign within our hall. What am I?
On my belly do I crawl. Okay, I think that's the serpent.
Indeed, the dread serpent turned protector, lured to slumber ere it tear the world asunder. The riddle answer you did discern, and thus to you a soul returns. Desire you that which I yet claim, then we shall play another game. A test of mind and memory. Choose wisely, and you all may yet go free. Twixt these talisman hide friend and foe. Choose your companions well, or sorrow no.
Free. Oh, okay, yeah, so this is gonna be like a memory game. So, try that one. Okay, nothing there. Let's try that one. Oh, they match! Oh, that's not good. Okay, I see what this is about. So we have to find the 2 Yestola cards among these, and we get our friend back. If we guess wrong, well, we get one of these. Oh, there's Yestola. Now, which one of these? Oh, we got it! The revered pair of talismans returns Yestola to you.
Your comrades are assembled together at last. Yet still remains one trial you must pass. If you would glean the knowledge enshrined in this earth, I would first take the measure of your worth. One worthy of she who the Ronkans extolled must be strong of mind, body, and soul.
Alright, we get to fight! Finally, this is what I was expected to find here in these ruins. Be careful, sisters. Hold nothing back. Failure of this test does not appear to be an option. Quickly, fan out before it strikes. Its sights are set on Yestola. Hurry, we must protect her.
Victory oft begs sacrifice, but which of you would pay the price?
Oh no. Claire, hurry, we have to save her. Aw, thank you, girls. Oh no, submit! It's okay, I know what to do now.
Impressive.
I don't know why, but I really like this thing. I mean, I don't appreciate that he's breathing fire and attacking us like this, but I think he's so cool.
Let us see how you handle this.
He looks freaking everything. I mean, he looks freaky. I mean, his face alone is the stuff of nightmares, but he's awesome. I mean, you can say what you can about the Ronkans. They certainly knew how to guard their stuff. And they had the coolest way of doing it, too. Well, getting this thing down, though. Less than halfway there.
You may think you have won, but we have only just begun.
Oh no, that doesn't sound good. Poison? Come gather around me. Yeah, that's just playing dirty. Reinforcements? Leave them to me. Oh, yay! She took out almost all of them at once. Okay, so these things aren't that tough. We mustn't waste time with this slime. Focus on the Guardian. Show them your all. We're almost there. Come on, we can make it a little bit farther. Almost there. Almost there. Come on.
Well fought, hero. The trial is complete. The way is open, and thus, I concede defeat.
Awesome! That was so cool! I love that! Oh man, I mean, I would gladly go more into the ruins of Ronka if we get trials like this. That was fun!
How polite. Now, what have we learned?
We were bound to run into a living statue eventually.
'Twould seem the magics have returned us. How polite. Now, what have we learned?
We were bound to run into a living statue eventually. And now we can open the door.
He who would disturb a hero's deserved slumber. A tomb, just as I thought. Befitting a hero.
She is Viis. Could it be the Archmage Tiuna? A legendary hero of Ronka, as you surmised. The tales tell of how she smote entire armies with a single incantation. So potent was her spellcraft, though she ever fought in the name of peace.
I thought them no more than tales. To think she really existed.
Well, I for one always believed.
I wonder. By the light of fallen stars, great power awakens.
Tiuna was not only a master of spellcraft. It is said she could see truths long lost and hear the voices of men's hearts.
Naught less than the echo. In which case, none of this is mere coincidence. shower of stars setting the sky aflame. And in both this world and the Source, we find individuals within whom a mysterious power awakened at the sight. We can never unpick the why of it. Now, however, I believe we might. Does the scene depicted here not resemble the one we saw when we first ventured into the Katana Ravel? Moreover, does it not recall that which Emmett Selk invited us to witness in Amarot? The final days. If, as the Exarch's research suggests, soul and mind share a fragile yet profound bond, might it not be possible for an event to leave such a deep imprint upon the soul that it could be perceived eons later, given a suitable trigger? The echo defies explanation by conventional etherological theory, or shall we say modern etherological theory. But if it is a power that once belonged to the ancients, to souls yet undivided, it would seem I have entered the realm of pure speculation, and I call myself a scholar. I shall refrain from making any further wild claims until such time as I have evidence. Still, I cannot choose but be reminded of our experience in Amarot.
Then you must recall Emmett Selk's dying request.
Remember us.
History is learned, not lived. We have always protected the Tales of Ronka, just as we have protected this place. But we are mindful of what our mothers taught us. We see the past through our own eyes, and speak of it with our own words. Thus do we come to understand it in our own way. But this is not the same as remembering.
Your mothers were wise. Though we witnessed the final days, our impressions cannot fail to be colored by our own experiences and expectations. Those who lived through it would have perceived the event quite differently. We must bear in mind that it is no simple matter to keep the truth alive, or it will die with Emmett Selk and his kin. But we have disturbed Tuna long enough. Fanau will serve similarly well as a venue for our contemplations.
Well, that was intense. Alright, let's see what they all have to say now. I sorely underestimated the defenses of these ruins. Mayhaps Samet was right to urge caution. Duna was the reason I took up spellcraft, you know. Never in my wildest dreams did I imagine her tomb would be found, let alone that we would be the ones to have the honor to do so. We learn nothing of the Ascians, but the potential link between the Echo and the pre-national star showers is intriguing. By your pensive expression, I take it the tomb has given you much to think about. That is well. In time, the knowledge you have gleaned will lead to understanding, and thus arm you for what is to come. Before you leave, however, I would speak again of the teachings of our forebears, our histories learned, not lived. The legend of Tiona and her exploits have been told countless times over the centuries, yet as it is handed from one generation to the next, the story changes. With each telling of the tale, there are new flourishes, details changed are lost, We can never truly know how she lived, for we were not there to see it. But we are here now, to bear witness to your life. We have seen the changes you have wrought, the echoes with which endured long after you are gone. And though it too will change in time, I swear to you we shall do our best to preserve your story. I hope you'll forgive if I don't make an oath of my own, but I think it goes without saying we could never misspeak of your heroism. Perish the thoughts, so long as we are here, there are none among the Viis who will not know of you and all you've done for Norvrandt. We are not deserving of such reverence, but we are grateful all the same. You will be certain we will have our own tales to tell of the great guardians of Ratika and the ruins of Ronka. I pray you safe travels, then. As ever, we shall await your return with open arms. So long as we Viis live, we shall preserve the truth of your deeds. Okay, the next quest is called An Old Friend. By all rights, you should be departing for the Crystarium, but Yestola does not seem ready to return. Wonder why that is. Although we learned naught of the Ascians, the insight we gained into the Echo made our trip worthwhile. Before we return to the Crystarium, however, there is a small matter I would attend to in Slitherbow. Might I trouble you to come with me? Thank you. After we arrive, we should have a brief word with Runar. It's been a while since she's been back here to the forest anyway, now that I think of it. So let's head on back there and see how everyone's doing. I'm sure Runar is going to be happy to see Master Matoya again. So everything we learned has really given us some thought right now. Such as this Tiana. So if she was the Warrior of Light during that time, and if that theory that's been going around about the Warriors of Light are all actually could be one and the same, like throughout history, there's a chance, like, they could be distantly related. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. I'm going to have to really focus on making kind of like a timeline for this whole thing, because it's getting confusing. Runar seems to be in characteristically high spirits. Claire, it is good to see you. You arrived at a most opportune time. I was preparing a pot of my famous stew. Come, I will ready a place for you. I'm sorry, Runar, but we haven't the... Please, I insist! It will take only a minute. My apologies, Claire. It seems our return to the Crystarium will be delayed, but perhaps only for a bit, if you assist me with my work. I say work, but it's rather more of a chore. I will clean my chambers here in Slitherbow from top to bottom. If you would be so kind as to go and fetch a broom from Askir, we might finish before Runar is done cooking. Alright, so we'll go get a broom. And you know what? I don't think we ever did have a chance to taste this guy's stew, though he did make quite a show about it, like during the main scenario. Ah, that's funny. A broom for Master Matoya? I cannot imagine why she would have need of such a thing, but here you are. It is old, but sturdy, and sure to suffice. Why do you think she needs a broom? To clean up? Oh, look at that. It's already looking pretty clean already. I trust Askir was able to find a broom for us. This well-worn broom has seen many a spring and summer in Slitherbow, swishing and sweeping, sweeping and swishing. Well worn. Good. This would prove difficult otherwise. Though I must say I think I did rather well for not having a broom thus far. Yes, well, you weren't buried beneath a veritable avalanche of books when you entered, were you? Right, anyway, it is time I finished cleaning with the help of that broom. Oh, is she going to enchant it now? As if she could not become any more like Master Matoya. You didn't honestly think I'd do it the old-fashioned way. That broom is more than capable of sweeping by itself. Or rather, it will be. Time to rise, to swish and sweep. A tidy chamber you must keep. To this task you shall be bound, until no dust is to be found. In this one particular respect, I have no objections to following in Master Matoya's footsteps. In future, I may need you to remind me the pursuit of knowledge does not preclude other equally important duties, such as maintaining clean quarters of said pursuit. I will dearly miss this place, these people. Master Matoya? Pardon the interruption, but the stew is ready. Is something troubling you? You've been rather quiet. No, everything is fine, I assure you. It's been a long day is all. I see. Y'shtola, thank goodness you're still here. Oh, hello! Alphino? I thought you were following Ardbert. I was, though I'm sad to say I lost track of him shortly after entering these woods. He seems determined to traverse every ilm of Norvrandt in his quest to spread the truth of the Warriors of Light and the Flood. And it seems news of your address at the Crystarium precedes him at every destination, making his task all the more simple. It remains to be seen to what end he encourages the people to become Warriors of Light themselves. But there is no denying that his words have struck a chord with many. Well, we're all agreed that this is just another assy ploy, yes? They commandeered corpses before, and to no good end. I see no reason to think this time is any different, especially if it's that of a fallen warrior of light. I doubt we'll learn more if we remain a step behind. This next destination is, in all likelihood, Slitherbow. Alize, are you certain you should be here? If you're worried about Halric and the others, you needn't be. Their treatment is going well, but progress is slow and exhausting, for all of us. The best thing I can do now is let them rest. So, I believe that we were about to discuss how to arrange a meeting with our would-be Warrior of Light. Before visiting any towns or villages, Ardbert would hunt down and slay a nearby Sin Eater to earn the locals' trust. Our best chance of getting ahead of him is to find one before he does. Thankfully, Thancred and Reen have returned from the empty and have taken up the search. Reen believeth one may lurk beneath the boughs of woven oak. And that is where we will start our search. Master Matoya. A warm bowl of stew will be awaiting your return. I look forward to it. Oh, that is so touching. Oh, you can just see how much he cares about her. And you can see how much she cares about this entire little village. Oh, I mean, I used to think that it would be Thancred who would have a really hard time leaving. I mean, I do think he would have a hard time leaving Reen behind, but... I mean, Y'shtola has come up with like a whole new life here. So it's going to be really painful for her if she has to go back. I don't know. I mean, should we leave her here in the first? Or should we find a way to take her back home? I mean, is there a way that we could kind of work that out? I can sense no other sin eaters in this area. I hope this means Ardbert will be coming this way soon. Hi guys, it's been a while.
If you were hoping to vent your frustrations on our eater friend here, I can only apologize.
Few as they are now, it took us no time at all to track it down.
That suits our purpose perfectly. Now we need only wait for Ardbert to arrive.
Weren't you two meant to be attending to the empty?
We were indeed, and we've made a certain amount of progress. So we thought we might see how the rest of the world was getting on. From what we can gather, the answer is strangely.
Right now, we think we can do more good here.
It is heartening to have all present.
Indeed. We will be glad of the additional hands should matters escalate.
Our quarry has come. It seems I've lost this particular race. Although I suppose it's only fair. When we first met, it was I who outpaced you. Ravana, was it? But where are my manners? I wouldn't be here were it not for you, and I have yet to say a word of thanks. Arm giving you trouble? You should have it examined.
I thought you were supposed to be good at this.
Very well. Let us forego this pretense. After all, it was never you that I needed to deceive. Yes, it is I, Elizabeth. through your time in Emet-Selk's imitation of our home, I dare say you have gained a better understanding of my role since last we met. Not that it matters.
We understand your role, emissary, but not your goal. What is it that you seek to achieve?
I seek to enact the will of the Convocation, of course. If it helps you to think of me as but another Ascian, no different in nature or purpose from the rest, you are welcome to do so.
Once, I would have said your goal was destruction alone. Now I understand that you fight for something you love, just as we do. Yet though we seem doomed to clash, I bid you consider Emet-Selk's final words. Remember that we once lived, he said. Had he not seen some glimmer of hope in our kind, I do not believe he would have spoken thus.
None better understood your plight than he. His words must surely be worthy of your consideration.
Emet-Selk. How very unlike you to err so gravely. That one should stray at the end of so onerous a path is understandable, but I had thought you above such weakness. Mayhap you thought the same. Would that I had been present to offer correction. But I shall do so now, as is my duty, and return all to its proper course. As for you, look at yourselves. Look at your history. Look back 100 short years to how your greatest warriors were undone. And now, at but a word from me, you raise your hands in answer like the puppets you are. Naught has changed. You fail, and you fail, and you learn nothing. Allow that which is most important to slip through your fumbling fingers like so many grains of sand, again and again and again, and you would remember us. You do forget yourselves. There is no common ground to be found between you and I, nor do I require any. I have my duty.
Wait!
Well, we have confirmed the identity of our foe at least, and 'tis safe to say his objective is the rejoining.
But we still have no idea how playing the part of a warrior of light will further his cause, nor why he would spur others to do the same.
Another visit to the Tempest may shed some light upon these mysteries. Whether we are to exchange words or blows with Elidibus at our next meeting, the fact remains, we know too little. Ere our paths cross again, I would learn more of the world that once was, and of Elidibus himself. In this, we would be best served going directly to his home, much as Emet-Selk came to ours.
Though I see the wisdom in thy suggestion, The Amarot we visited is but a phantom born of Emetselt's memory. I fear it will teach us little that we do not already know.
I quite agree. Yet the ruins of the actual city remain unexplored. Given the vastness of the Tempest, I should not be surprised were there more such structures like to those in which the Ondo reside.
If there's aught to be learned, I want to know.
A woman after my own heart.
Assuming we are all in agreement, then I suggest we first pay a visit to the Ondo. If anyone can tell us where more ruins are to be found, it is them.
Okay, everyone. Woo, that was an emotional roller coaster there. Ingrid told me what La Habrea did to him. I can't imagine how he's feeling right now. Well, I can imagine. Disdain and obfuscation. What is thy true design, emissary? I hate to leave him like that. Gods, they can't even let a man rest in peace. Would that I had found the words to deny Elidibus. You're so much more than he believes us to be, and yet... Am I the only one who sees the irony in Ardbert calling us puppets? Okay, so the next quest is called Deep Designs. Well, thank you all so much for watching. I think we'll call it there for now. I hope you'll all enjoy the next video that's going to be coming up as soon as possible. So until then, take care.